Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to discuss college survival kits. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. So today we're going to talk about preparation or prepping, quote unquote, for your college kids that may be currently at college already, or they're getting ready to go to college. Whatever the case, I know a lot of college kids would never think about this stuff, and it's up to the parents to kind of have some provisions for them for emergencies. We're getting ready to have a hurricane hit our area. I think it's Hurricane Doreen, if I remember the name correctly, that's getting ready to hit. So it's going to hit a lot of coastal area from Florida all the way up into South Carolina, North Carolina, possibly even further up. I don't know. Don't know where it's going to go. But there's a lot of colleges in that, that area. You also could be in a college where there's a lot of hard winters, where you have power outages, things like that. According to the Farmer's Almanac coming up, there's going to be a pretty bad winter. Who knows? But my point is, there's always a case for an emergency. You could have a college lockdown. You could have hurricanes. You could have ice storms, snowstorms, all kinds of things where the grid's down and they are kind of stuck in that college dorm life or apartment life for an extended period of time, and you need to have some basics, and even for emergencies. A lot of times kids in college are a little reckless with what they do. They could get hurt easy, and they need to have a way to patch themselves up potentially. And a lot of times, again, they're not going to think about stuff like this. This is up to you as parents to make sure they have it. Get you a little tote together, put all this stuff in it, write emergency use, whatever, however you want to word it, and put it in there with them in their dorm, under their bed, closet, whatever. So we'll briefly discuss a few things that I think you could use in those situations. First things first is light. That's your first line of defense or security, is being able to see. So I didn't put any candles and things on here. I'm not big on kids that age that sometimes don't think, and they, would light a candle, try going to bed, fall asleep. Things can happen. I would much rather use solar or battery-powered things in this situation. This here is one of my favorite lights. This is the Lucy solar light. They blow up. They compact down flat till you blow them up, just like this one. These, I've got like 5 or 6 of these. This one's been sitting for probably 6-8 months, and let's see if it still works. Yes. So, and it has a few different modes, like a bright and dim and all that, and even a flashing mode. But something like this would be extra handy. You can set it on a table, carry it around with you. It's lightweight. You can stick it in the bathroom if you need that. Flashlight in general, a good quality flashlight. I recommend a AA battery flashlight because they're everywhere. You can find AA's just anywhere. They're lightweight. They're easy to do. And with today's LED technologies, they're crazy bright. So, this and a couple packs of, this one holds one single AA. And I don't recommend the rechargeable ones if the grid's down. Give them, a couple packs of good quality batteries. Energizer Duracell. Something like that that's going to hold a charge with a shelf life. Usually they're around 10 years. You can go with a larger flashlight, something like this. I know a lot of times colleges have no weapons policies, but this is a flashlight. But could it be used as a weapon? There's no batteries in it, that's why it's rattling. But could it be used as a weapon in a pinch? Yes. So some of these more longer aluminum style flashlights, that's a Maglite, something like that would work, whatever. Basic first aid. So I've done a review about this. It's in the section below. A lot of these things you'll find on Amazon, including this, and if you'll look in the section below down there, there's a link to our Amazon store. I've created a new Amazon store for the channel that you can go and buy things through it, and it does not cost you any more, any less. It just helps support the channel, and we get paid a little small commission if you would do that. So if you get a chance, every time you're looking at something to buy, use that Amazon link down there, and a lot of these things that you see that we've reviewed or recommend are in Amazon. If it's cheaper on eBay or something, I'll obviously tell you that, but usually Amazon and eBay here lately has been pretty neck and neck as far as pricing. either cash or some type of gift debit card. This one's for 25 bucks. You can have some that's preloaded. You can do like $100 on it. I prefer not this, but I get it if you wanted to do this, but I prefer cash. And I know, you're thinking, well, they're going to spend that. Well, that'd be on them. So they have to understand that this is for emergencies. So like $100 in small bills, ones and fives would be appropriate. About 100 of them would be about right. So they would have enough for a few days worth of provisions in smaller bills in case the grid was totally down and they could not use a debit card. So, but you could do a debit card if you wanted to also. Again, first aid kit. Get the basic one. This right here is a pretty comprehensive to be basic, pretty cheap in price, a little over $21 including shipping. I would have a few medications, some pain relievers, antacids, cold medicine, some basic medicines along with some like Neosporin, maybe a little bottle of alcohol, some peroxide, stuff like that you can put in this tote. A couple radios. Now, that's up to you, but I like having a couple of portable radios. These are rechargeable, so they are not really good if the grid's down for extended periods of time. Now, I have about 12 of these, so I would not use them in 4 or 5 days because if these two die, I got 2 more I can grab. So you can buy these style radios that use AA batteries in like Walmart. So like the Motorola Talkabouts. The reason I like this, if the grid is down or something major has happened, you might not have cell phone service. So like after 9/11, the cell phone system in New York was like really crazy for quite a few days. Something like this, they could at least pass off to somebody, another dorm friend, somebody in another dorm that could kind of keep an eye out on things. Maybe they're a little further down the hall. They could communicate back and forth. If they need to go out in the parking lot to get something out of their car, they could take one of these with them. Anyway, just a good way to communicate. You can buy a couple of these. Just make sure they use the regular batteries that you just stick in instead of the rechargeable. Now, these would last quite a while if they wasn't using them constantly, even on standby. I know that I put them on a charger, and a lot of times I won't pick them up for 6 months, but they set on the charger. Most time kids, I think about things like that, so I'll leave them on chargers. Kids, they're probably not going to leave them on chargers, and they'll just throw them in, they'll be in that box forever. So they may not have that charge once they need them. So the battery that you can buy is probably the best option. Again, AA is probably what I would go with. I'm pretty sure most of them are all AA now. Something like that. I would also include some water and some types of food. So enough for about 3 days. So I would either buy cases of water, jugs of water, cases of bottled water. At least one case would probably be the answer that they can rotate out. Tell them, hey, in 6 months, give those out, drink them, whatever you want to do, and buy another case and put under their bed or in their closet or whatever. Along with some basic emergency foods. If you're going to do canned food, make sure you put a can opener in there and they know how to use the can opener. So, believe it or not, a lot of kids don't know how to use stuff like that. So if you're going to put a mechanical can opener in there, make sure they understand how to use it. Pop top lids, whatever, some basic stuff, beanie weenie, stuff that's going to last a long time, and then rotate through it every 6 months to a year. Most all that canned stuff is good for about a year anyway, and it's usually good beyond a year, but the Food and Drug Administration makes them put a date on it. So get some basic stuff like that. I wouldn't get a whole lot of stuff they have to cook or deal with. Stuff with longer shelf life, even dehydrated stuff like dehydrated banana chips and things like that was going to last quite a while. So anyway, guys, hope that was helpful. Again, I just wanted to briefly discuss survival kits for college kids. I know a lot of parents don't think about this stuff. They're so worried about getting their kids to college to begin with that sometimes stuff like this slips your mind, and you may want to put something together like this before they go. I can promise you, before my son goes to college, he will have something like this in a tote that we will be taking with him when he goes to keep with him at all times. So anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. Have any suggestions, anything you'd like to discuss on this topic, please share that in the comment section below. Don't forget about the Amazon affiliate link, which a lot of these products are in there for you to purchase if you choose. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Bring you another video shortly. Have a great day.